I started doing workshops and doing groups where I'm getting up in front of others, like outside of the gym setting, and talking about resilience and perseverance and goal setting and vision and taking action. You should know what 1 hour of your time is worth. You should know the value that you bring to the marketplace. You know what your passion is. Starts with clarity of vision. If you don't have the clarity of vision, whatever next thing you get, you're not going to see it through because you don't have the clarity of vision. So the point of my pain was being told you will never run or jump again. And all that stuff, I was like, you know what? Like, I want to be able to take this even bigger. If you know why you do what you do, you have to know how to charge for what you do. That's how you're going to change your life, and that's how you're going to leave a legacy for your children and your family. You got to know your worth. Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rob, and I'm back with episode number 397 of Shut Up and Grind, where we're all about overcoming obstacles, defying the odds, and inspiring you to clear whatever's blocking the path to whatever success you want in this lifetime. So, sad news to report that I'm only going to do 3 more episodes of this podcast, and then we're going to be rebranding into something completely different. So, those of you who have tuned in faithfully this whole time, shift over because the energy is going to be the same. The mission's going to be the same. Just the branding is going to look a little bit different. So, we're still going to be bringing guests on from all over the world. We're going to be focusing on women. And I know what you're thinking. Here we go again. Here's another man trying to tell women how to act, but it's not about that. I've been working with women my whole life, whether it's growing up with my mom and 4 sisters, being in the restaurant industry, which is like 80 something percent women, in the fitness industry, group fitness classes is like 75% women. I've learned a lot over the years in fitness alone. I've trained over 3,500 women. So I've heard it all, and I've helped people through it all. So one thing that I've learned in this journey is that pain is pain. Doesn't matter where you live, who you are, who you love, who you worship. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. People are going to go through pain. And so the new mission is to help a lot of women who made it, right? We're going to focus on entrepreneurs, leaders, CEOs, women who made it, but yet they still feel lost inside. And so that's going to be the new mission. And helping me have this conversation, we're going to bring in Kathleen Smith. Welcome back to the show. How you doing?
Thank you, Rob. Great. I'm happy to be here. And this is exciting. I was listening to you, so it's the first I've heard of it. So I was like, oh, this is an exciting journey that you're partaking on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you're learning about all this in real time.
I know. This is wild, actually. I just saw him this morning. As he said, small group training. I partake in his small group training. So I'm like, what? How come I didn't know about this yet?
Yeah, this is great. See, so for what I shared so far, what are your thoughts on this?
So you're hitting a key group demographic, I must say, because as you said, well, first of all, you have a lot of experience training, working, mindset. I talk to you about stuff all the time, and I know I'm not the only one that just even says, Rob, I'm not happy. I want to change, blah, blah, blah. And you and I have had brainstorming discussions in the past, whether it's about fitness, whether it's about my career journey, what have you. So I think it's a great idea, actually.
Thank you. See, and understanding that men and women process things differently.
Yes.
It's like a lot of people don't understand that. They think, well, this is how I think, so this is how you should think. And it does not work that way. So knowing how to understand, knowing how to communicate with women and with men, it's key. Because with a lot of men, like a lot of men don't want to get vulnerable. They don't want to get emotional. So it's like you have to take certain steps to get them to open up. And it's the same with women. Like women are easier to open up, but they're afraid also to be vulnerable. So those two things, but to get them to be vulnerable, there's 2 completely separate journeys. So
Agreed.
That's why I'm separating the 2 programs, because I do have a program for men as well, but this particular one is going to be geared towards women. So for you personally, Have you went through moments where you doubted yourself?
All the
That's my
time.
quick one.
Of course I have. Who hasn't? Like, quite frankly, in my personal life, in my professional life, I'm a mom. You learn as you go. It doesn't come with, I have two teenage daughters. It does not come with a manual. So you doubt yourself sometimes, like, did I do the right thing? Did I not? We all doubt ourselves in every aspect of our life. But I think what it really comes down to, some like what you said, is vocalizing. I've had this discussion with a number of female and male, but you hit the nail on the head, male friends who sometimes are just not used to being vulnerable and opening up. And I suggested, if you don't want to say it to me, record a voice message to yourself, say it out loud. And once you say it out loud, you'll feel better. You're getting it out of here and whatever you're holding in inside you. And my sister from another mister, my Swami, she and I live on opposite ends of the country, and we send each other voice messages all the time. It's like we're having a conversation, but when we have 3, 6, 9 hours time change with each other, I can still share those things that I need to want to share with someone, and I can share it with her in that fashion. And I always feel so much better after. And it's almost like you're just talking. You're just, stream of consciousness. You're just talking. And it's therapeutic. It's cathartic. It feels good to talk and get it out.
Yeah, I was speaking with the woman at the shake shop earlier, and I was like, we were talking about that, about holding things in,
Oh,
that, and I was like, people hold things in out of fear. It's out of fear of judgment. Yes,
yes,
fear of conflict.
totally.
Like people don't communicate with their significant other because they don't want to fight, so they just keep it in
Yes,
instead.
yes,
But the more you share things, the more you talk, the better things are going to be. It's better to just put it on the table,
yes.
right? It's like if I have a plate in my hand and I drop the plate on the floor, what is the next step, right? The plate breaks. The next step is to clean it up,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
That's right.
communication works the same way. It's like, all right, listen, you said this the other day. This is how it made me feel. But now people fish for the apology.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's one thing I've learned as I've gotten older, right? The apology isn't really what matters in this instant,
No,
especially
it's
especially
true.
if people don't mean it, right? Why am
Yes,
I gonna apologize if I meant what I said?
yes,
So now I seek for understanding. I say, okay, I understand how that may have hurt your feelings or how that hurt your feelings. Like I understand it, but I
yes.
still stand by what I said.
Of
It's
course.
like people
Yes.
are afraid to go there. What are your thoughts?
And I agree. And I'm guilty of having done that in past relationships, whether it's a friendship or a partner. I am guilty of it. And I've learned over the years that, like, for example, I'll use this. This is a good example. When my mom passed away very suddenly, she had a heart attack in her sleep. And I
Wow.
held it in, like, right, literally here. It was like a ball that I just wasn't letting out. And I remember saying to my husband and my brother and close friends, I'm like, I feel stuck. It's 6 months after the fact. I feel stuck and I can't seem to get past this stuck feeling. And so just speaking to someone, a grief counselor actually, helped immensely. And that was a pattern of mine, just holding it in. Be the strong one, the silent strong one, hold it in, push through it. You're the general, don't show weakness, don't show vulnerability. And it's not that my parents taught me to be like that. I just was naturally like that until I learned that it wasn't good to do that for myself. So then, in a way, her passing and me learning how to better deal with things has helped me grow in that way over the past, how long has it been now? At least 15, 16 years since that happened. And so, do I still do it? Of course I do. We're human. But by the same token, it's like I feel that when we say how we're feeling to anyone in a relationship, you grow stronger in the bad times as well. Like you grow together and you move forward together and you learn, instead of just everything always being sunshine and rainbows all the time. It actually makes you stronger in your relationship, whether it's a couple, whether it's a friend, what have you.
I agree 100%. People have to understand that we all have different personality types.
Yes.
We all process things differently.
Yes.
I think I said this the last time we spoke. You can have 100 people in the room, and you can say one word: vacation.
Yes.
Right? Some people are going to think skydiving. Some people are going to think deep sea diving. Some people are going to think zip lining. Some are going to think lay on the beach. Some are going to think go to Grand Canyon. It's like not
Yes.
everybody's going to have the same opinion. So when you're in a relationship with someone, you have to understand you don't have to agree 100%. You know,
Hmm.
you can like the Patriots, I can like the Dolphins, and we can still be friends. We
Yes.
can still get along.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like you can,
Absolutely.
and not to go all political, but you can like Democrats, you can like Republicans. We don't have to agree. It's like your value
No,
set is your value set.
that's
If
right.
that's what, regardless of which side you're on, if that's what you want to stand on it. But people are so afraid to stand on it. They're like, well, what are people going to think about? Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
It's like one thing I've learned. This was through the kidney donation process. Was the first time
Mhm.
I ever felt my mortality. And it's like I'm saying what I feel. I'm not doing what I don't want to do anymore. And I am me. This is who you're getting. Like I'm not morphing to try to please everybody
Yes.
anymore because I used to do that myself. How about you?
I think we all did when we were younger in some way or another. And it's like you kind of, I feel that as time goes on and life happens and life experiences happen, whatever those may be, you learn who you are. Today I'm by no means the person I was 20 years ago, let alone 5 years ago. Like I feel
Yeah.
that I've evolved a lot through that. And what you just said here, you hit the nail on the head. It's fear. It's always fear. I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to say something they're not going to like. I don't want to have confrontation. I don't want them to get upset. It's all fear based, and in really, like you said, is that when we don't do that, well, then we're not being true to ourselves by speaking how we feel. I mean, there's a way to go about it, of course, and not be mean and hurtful in the process. But like you said, it's important that it's okay to disagree and you learn from it about yourself and the other person. What do you think?
Let's expand on that because you said that like you can say how you feel without being hurtful or disrespectful.
Yes.
See, that's what gets lost in all of this. Because one thing I've learned, you don't have to raise your voice.
Nope.
You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have like once you start calling the other person names, you lost the fight.
It's over.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you can't stay on topic or if you have to throw insults, like you lost the fight.
Agreed.
So if you can't get your point across in a nice, calm, civil manner, there's something else going on within you.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on
Agreed. It's coming from somewhere else. And I'm going to go back to what you said at the beginning because it's really true is that communication when you said vacation. It's like I'm saying something and this is what I mean, but then if the recipient on the other end is hearing something completely different, already we're not there's a disconnect in the conversation and then I end up frustrated, you end up annoyed, and it's just it has like a snowball effect. So oftentimes it's taking the time to say like, did you understand what I said, or did you hear me? Did you really hear me? Do you know what I mean? And it's not
that?
zip lining versus a beach. Like those are two completely, different things. And how would you so what would you recommend to people in that predicament to make sure that they feel that they've been heard?
You have to let them understand that yes, I completely get why you feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but that doesn't mean it's my fault.
No.
Like one thing I've learned is you are in control of what makes you mad, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you angry.
Mm-hmm.
You're in control of that. Like if
Absolutely.
somebody was to come in here right now and be like, "You're stupid," I'd be like, "No, I'm not." Very simple. I know I'm not stupid, so that wouldn't phase me.
Yes.
And like I was on a YouTube show a couple years ago, and she asked me like, what would you do if somebody called you the N word? I said nothing. It's a word. Words
Yeah.
words don't phase me. Words do not bother me. It's like or somebody flipping up a middle finger. Like that doesn't have to mean f you to me,
Hmm.
right? To me,
That's
this
a
is
good. That's a
just
good
a,
point, actually.
right. This is another part of your hand. That's all that is. Like, and people don't even know how that came to be. you
Yes.
know, So quick side note on that. The British and the French were at war, and the French were taunting the Brits saying, no, oh, we're gonna beat you, and when we're done, we're gonna cut off your middle finger so you can't use a bow and arrow anymore. They were taunting them with that. The Brits ended up winning, and then as the French were retreating, they threw up the middle finger.
I
Right?
love that story.
I just recently learned that like a month ago. But like somebody assigned power to that. We have the power to remove it,
Yes.
to remove that power. So people can call me whatever name they want to. It doesn't phase me because like I'm comfortable with who I am. People get offended and they come unglued because there's some lingering insecurity in there where someone, especially a stranger, if you let a stranger insult you and you come unglued from somebody you don't even know,
Yeah.
it's like that doesn't. I can see if somebody close to you says something hurtful,
Sure.
but
It would be hurtful,
but a
like you said.
stranger,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like you feel the hurt and you work through it. And one thing I've learned too is, all right, why did that get me so mad?
Yeah.
Like ask yourself that question instead of saying he or she made me so mad. No. They didn't make you mad. You got mad.
Yes.
Like those are two completely different things. Like, what are
That's
your
a
thoughts
very
on
good point. That's a very good point, actually. And again, like we're all guilty of reacting instead of saying, well, wait a minute. Who is this person to judge? And who is this person to say X, Y, or Z about me? What is how I look, what I stand for? Like you said, like they might have some preconceived notion about me and make assumptions. And then they, like you said, throw words which are empty. I've I've had that happen to me before and I have reacted. Then I actually sat back and said, well, who is this idiot? Like, why am I letting this small-minded idiot affect me when in actual fact, I know I'm not X, Y, or Z that they've said about me. They're just not happy because they're not getting their way. So they're lashing out at me because I'm not giving into whatever it is that they're asking for or calling me, just not reacting. And it's even more powerful when you don't react because it infuriates them even more so.
Yes, I was having a talk with a mutual friend of ours, and
Mm-hmm.
I said that to her. I was like, you don't have to respond to things if people say something to you. Like a lot of times people fight with their ex, and
Yes,
I'm
and
like,
that's
what?
hard.
I'm like, why are you fighting with them?
Yes,
If they give you an attitude, hang up the phone. It's like
ignore them.
when you can talk to me right, we can finish the conversation. Like you got to
Exactly.
set that boundary because I made that mistake in the past with my two oldest mom. Like she would text me, call me constantly,
Yeah.
and I'd be yelling on the phone, and then finally one day it hit me. I'm like, I'm totally giving her power over my emotions. Like this doesn't make any sense. So I
Agreed.
stopped responding. And then over time, like I guess it was fun for her or something, but just over time she just stopped.
Yes.
So it's like you don't have to respond, like you don't have to fight. To your point, like silence is power.
And I've actually reminded myself of that recently. Unfortunately, there was a someone in the industry, let's put it this way, who was not getting what he wanted from me, and I kept pushing back on it and ignoring it. And at first, I was like, stop. Can you please stop writing me? Can you leave me alone? Blah blah blah. Trying to stay civil, and then finally, I just ignored. It took months for this gentleman, not a gentleman, but I'm trying to be kind here because we're online, this twat to go away. And he finally did because I
Yep.
ignored it. I have a history about this long of messages that I never responded to. And finally he got the hint and stopped.
Yeah, because believe it or not, for some people, fighting is a dopamine hit. It's
Yeah.
like they
True.
have to fight. Like if you're in a relationship where it was just a battle every single
Yes.
day,
Yes.
that's gonna at some point it's gonna become your norm. And then
Agreed.
you get into a new relationship and you're still fighting the old battles because that's what you're conditioned for. It's like
Agreed.
you'll hear something and your body is ready with a natural response.
Yes.
Excuse me. And just like stepping back and realizing that, like, am I really mad at this person or am I still being triggered from something somebody else said?
Yes.
And I think we all deal with that. I mean, myself included. Just because I teach on this stuff doesn't mean I don't work through it myself
Oh, of
on a
course.
daily basis. Like
Of
a lot of
course.
people think, people who teach this stuff, we get up here thinking that we're holier than thou. and that's not even close to the case. Like I catch myself saying things I didn't mean, but I recognize it, and I'll go to that person. Like, look, in the moment, I said stuff, but it was just in the moment. Like that's not how
That's
I
right.
really feel about you or how I think about you, and recognize it and being the bigger person to go and say, hey, listen, I screwed up. Like a
Yes.
lot of people want the other person to come to them.
Yes.
Like, but why don't you just be the bigger person and go? Because I think you said the word earlier that people think that's weakness.
Yes. It's the opposite. Because you're being the, I don't want to use the word grown up, but for a lack of a better word, you're being an adult about it and being like, hey, I made a mistake or I said something I didn't mean. It was in the heat of the moment. I'm sorry. Or whatever the scenario is. Like, I used to be that person where I was like, well, no, I'm not going to say Bert. I'm not going to. Now I'm just like, who cares? Who cares? I just want to turn the page from this misunderstanding or miscommunication, whatever it happens to be, and let's move forward, shall we? And not keep holding on to something that happened like a week and a half ago. Like, really, let it
True,
go. Let it go.
true. And going back to what I said earlier, and if you said something that you truly mean, don't walk it back.
No,
Right?
no,
Don't walk it back because again, that's going to leave a feeling inside of you that's going to surface down the line.
it
You know,
is.
you're going to end up having another fight, and then that feeling's going to end up coming out then. Because
Exactly.
going back to what I said earlier, you don't have to always agree. You
Yes.
know, like one of my former clients, we actually became friends. Like we would have play dates with our kids and stuff. Her husband actually dressed up as me for Halloween one year. He had an RBF shirt. He had a Spartan headband. Like he had a
I
Spartan
love it.
headband. All that. It's like we were that close, and then we ended up having a falling out. And she was like, "You made me X Y Z," and I'm like, "No, I didn't." I was like, I can't make you anything. I
Yes.
was like, that's how you took it. You
Yes.
know, I said, that's on you. I was like, I said, this needs to happen by this date. We were doing a group challenge. I said, if things are not done by this date, you will be removed from this group.
Yes.
And she didn't meet all the standards. She got removed from the group. It's like that had nothing to do with friendship.
Yes.
That was business.
That was
That was a
business.
business decision. Everybody else got the same warning. I said, so I didn't hurt your feelings. Your feelings got hurt. I said, because
Exactly.
you thought you were above everyone else because we were friends.
We were friends.
And that's
Exactly.
not the case. So you got to have that line
Yes.
between business and friendship. I said this was a
Oh,
business
yes.
move. So I just wanted to illustrate that because it can sound narcissistic if you say, you know, I didn't hurt your feelings, you got hurt. But in that instance,
Yeah.
that's what happened. It's like you knew what the ramifications were. You chose to test the waters
Yes.
and because you felt a certain way. And then when reality hit, you got hurt. Like I didn't hurt you.
That's
What
right.
are your thoughts?
Exactly. There's a big difference. And it is a fine line when it comes to friendship or relationships when you work together and you have a personal relationship. Like sometimes those waters can get a little muddied. And like the example you just gave was a perfect example that there was a bit of a, let's say, misunderstanding with the situation because of your personal relationship that it got sort of taken advantage of in a way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, interacting with people begins with you first.
Yes.
Begins with you. So, like, as I'm listening to people now, again, when I was younger, it was just like mouth and brain were just not in. They were not in sync at all. It's like mouth would just take over, and the brain's like, "Whoa, slow down, slow down," but the mouth would just go. But again, now as I've gotten older, I've matured. I've learned a lot more between now and then, and I've studied, you know, the personality types. I've studied human dynamics and interpersonal communication.
Yes.
And it starts with you. So as you're listening to someone, even if they're saying something that you may not like, I always think, will my response help this conversation or is it going to throw gas on the fire? Right? It's like that's what you got to think because people listen to respond. It's like
Hmm.
this person's telling me this. I'm going to tell him or her all about themselves, and then what happens? Then you end up insulting each other, and you're not even talking about the topic anymore.
Yeah, you derail. You completely go off onto like down that road unnecessarily. You're kind of missing the whole
Hmm.
point.
Yeah, it's like if I say, Kathleen, you know, what you said the other day. It really got under my skin. And if your first response is, "Yeah, well, the last time you said blah blah blah," like it's already derailing.
That's right.
You know, you could be like, "Oh, what was it about what I said that hurt your feelings?" And can
Exactly.
let you get all of yours off. It's like we want to compare pain. It's like in this moment, this is how I took what you said. Like I don't
Hmm.
even say like you hurt my feelings. I'm like, this is how I heard it. It's like because sometimes how you say something isn't how they received it.
100%. That goes
That's
back to what I
huge.
said at the beginning. Exactly. It's
Yes.
like I meant apples and you heard bananas. It's like,
Yes.
that's not what I said. Or
Hmm.
that's not what you heard. And so, okay, well, let's back up for a second. Maybe try and find a different way to discuss it or explain it. And so the other person can, A, you feel heard, and B, you don't get upset, and C, there's no misunderstanding.
Yeah. So so David was here earlier, British Dave.
Yes, I saw him.
And yes. So he was here earlier, and he was telling me like he gave me Pat's Dolphins tickets for last year, and I gave him a package of PT sessions.
Nice.
So he was telling me for this year, he was like, I upgraded my season tickets, and he's like, it includes this, it includes that. So if you decide you want to go again this year, I said, David, all I'm hearing is that you want more PT sessions. Right? So I think that's like a funny example. Like as he's telling me all of that, I'm like, he is building up to ask me for more PT
Oh,
sessions.
totally. He
And
totally
so
is.
he's like, well, since you brought it up, I'm like, if you want to do that, we can do that.
I love that. That's wonderful. That is
Oh man.
wonderful.
All
But
right, so
no,
go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm just gonna share my screen real quick because, like, again, I want to get your feedback on
Oh,
this
yes,
in real
please.
real time. So this is the program I'm working on here. Stop being quiet. I got to get the page open though. Where the page at? Where the page at? There it is. Yeah. So shut up and grind. As much as I absolutely love it, someone who's really in pain or someone who's really doubting themselves, people who struggle with
Yes.
self-esteem, that might be a little too much for them.
Yes.
And as you know, with me, I'm not one to tone myself down. So, like, my style is still going to be the same.
Yes.
It's just the branding that's going to be
Yes.
different. But what this is going to be, it's going to be a 6-week group coaching program for women who are done carrying what no longer serves them, ready to speak, lead,
Oh.
and live from their most powerful self. So when you hear that one sentence there, what goes through your mind as you read that?
Uh, well, a lot of things just went through my mind. First of all, it's empowering. It's a sense of renewal and new beginnings almost. Like all of that popped into my head right away when you said that. Like I was excited. When I was listening to what you were saying, I was like, this is exciting. Like even for me, like I was like, I want to do this. Like this sounds amazing because it we're always learning about ourselves. We don't know everything because we change. It fundamentally we're the same people, but by the same token, we do change. And so I think it's I think it's going in the positive direction. Everything about what I just heard is positive.
Yes, yes. Like when I was coming up with this, because like a lot of men will just either sweep things under the rug or just act like things never happened.
Hmm.
Like with women, a lot of women I find go into denial
Hmm.
because like women wear a lot of hats. You guys
Yes.
have a lot of thoughts running through the brain. Where men can compartmentalize, I find a lot of women struggle with compartmentalizing. It's like you may not talk about it, but it's still right there at the surface, just
Yes.
waiting for the right moment to come out.
Yes.
So with this program, let me put it back up on the screen. So with this
Cool.
program, the goal here is to get people to take the messiest parts of their story and learn how to tell it in a healthy way so that it helps other people. Like it's not so much just about you, because I tell people, I've said it on my show hundreds of times, purpose beats depression. Purpose does. Like you don't see people living strongly in their purpose who are depressed. because there
No.
are people out there who are counting on you, right? And you have to show up. But what
Yes.
I have on the screen here, does this sound familiar? You survive things people don't even know about. You've held it together through divorce, through grief, the career that drained you, the relationship that dimmed you, the years of putting everyone else first, and you forgot who you even were. And here you are, over 40, still standing, still showing up. Now, when you hear that, what runs through your mind?
That I've lived it. And most, like you said, most people don't know about a lot of things that I've lived in my life. But I mentioned one of them at the beginning of the conversation, which was one of the worst things I went through my entire life, losing my mother suddenly. And I wasn't even in the country when it happened. It was awful. It was awful. And grief, grief is one of the hardest things to deal with, and knowing how to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah. And there's no timetable for grief, but at some point you have to move on.
Agreed.
So
Yes,
some
like I
point
said,
you
I
just
was
have to.
stuck. Like, you can't be stuck for the rest of your life. Like, it's just not. It's like everything's passing you by and you're still standing in the same position, or as I like to say to my friend, you're standing still and you're just going in a circle and you're just not going anywhere. And that leads to frustration, like it leads to, anger, depression, like all kinds of negative feelings when you could be completely the opposite.
Yeah, like when my dad passed, as I've shared when I did that first live stream with you, I had a podcast the next day, like the very next day, and I could have easily canceled it, but I
Yeah.
was like, nope. It's like I'm the type, I face everything head on. So,
Yes.
so I did that episode, crying. Like the first 10 minutes was myself and my guest crying because my guest, ironically, her son was killed,
Ugh.
and so both of us. I mean, that was probably the most emotional episode I've done out of the
I believe
397.
it. I
But
believe it.
just getting it out quickly made it easier. Like each day, it was just easier to accept it, because
Yes.
that's where a lot of people go wrong, is they don't accept it. Like the first program, I mean, I know this particular program is geared towards women, but it stemmed from the initial program that I first did back in 2020, 2021. But this guy Kurt, his mom passed. This was like at the time it was 35 years ago, so probably 38, 39 years ago now. And he said he hasn't gotten over it. So he
Yeah.
was one of my beta testers of this program, and I got him to open up, to go back to that moment. And I told him, I was like, Kurt, it's like, don't get offended by this. I said, but you're being selfish.
Mm.
I was like, you're being selfish. I'm like, you're not honoring your mother by holding on to anger, because he was like
Yeah.
mad at the world that she was taken. She passed in a car accident. I was
Hmm.
like, there's no set amount of years that everyone's gonna live. There's
Yeah.
just not. Like my niece had to bury her 2 year old back in
Yeah.
2021. Like there's no set amount of time. I said, so you're letting all of these years go by where you could be reminiscing on the positive memories you had with her. I said, but instead you're focusing on your own anger.
Yes. Yes.
And like that in itself, going back to shut up and grind, like that's where that stemmed from. It
Yes.
was like people hear grind and they think it's just like work, 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 work. It's like, no, it's like you have to
No.
face the hard parts, you have to face the scary parts, and you have to mentally push through it. And
Yes.
so at the end of the program, like, he was giving me a testimonial, and he's like, I'll be honest with you, when I first started this, he's like, I didn't know where this was going. I went into career history and all this other stuff, and who could you help with your story. He's like, what does any of this have to do with my mom? But
Yeah.
it was reprogramming him back to his core values before she died.
Yes.
And that's what happened, is like situations change people. And I had to restore his factory settings, get him
Yes.
to accept what happened, and then he was able to move on from that. And he's like, by the time I finished module 4, I was like, this guy is a genius. It's like, I would definitely not go that far. I'm definitely not a genius. I've, I've just been through so much struggle in my life that I figured out how to navigate it.
Yes.
So when life comes at you, what are your best practices for navigating it?
Oh. Well, if something tough, let's say just something tough, for a lack of a better, word, if something challenging or tough comes my way, first of all, I don't just say, "Oh well, I can't do it," and just walk away. I kind of take a step back, breathe,
Mm.
and really think about what is this obstacle, whatever it happens to be that I'm being faced with. And then I take a pause, like I just did now, and then I go through it and, well, how can I get past this? I persevere. I don't give up. I really don't give up. Even if it's hard, even if I don't like what I've been told, even, I keep facing no's, and even in my career, it's like I'm trying to build my own brand. And it's like all these opportunities are coming. And I'm like, nope, that's not what I want to do. Nope. Being able to say no and keep saying like no, because I have a goal and I know what it is, but I'm still sticking to that goal and persevering and not letting the rocks and the boulders that are falling in front of me as I'm trying to move forward, letting it stop me.
See, and that's powerful because just because opportunity knocks doesn't mean you have to open the door. And
Yes.
let me share a recent story. So just a couple weeks ago, someone texted me about an opportunity. So I host the New England OCR Expo every year, and so I found out this year where we have it is basically two businesses that ended up coming into one. So
Okay.
the owner is looking to sell one half of it. So this person is looking to buy it. And
Mm-hmm.
that, like, it's a big old place. It's got a bar. They do events. They're looking to bring in axe throwing and all this other stuff, parties. And he asked me if I wanted to run it.
Mm.
And but it would require me moving up to northern Mass.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm honored that you thought of me. I'm sure he would compensate me well, but that's not what I want to do. It's like I'm on
Yes.
a mission to help people better themselves. People
Yes.
who have low self-esteem, low self-confidence, they don't believe in themselves. Like there's a huge market for that. For that, there's a
Oh,
lot of people out there who could be doing so much more, but they're stuck within themselves.
yes.
Like that's my mission. Like I
Yes.
don't want to. Like if I'm doing events and parties, I mean, you're talking like, I mean, I'll use the example of the current owner when we did the expo. I was there, like I was just the MC. I was there at 7:40 in the morning, and I didn't leave there until like 7:20 p.m. So I was there as the MC almost 12
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
So him as the owner, they probably had to be there in the 5 o'clock hour to get
Yes.
set up. And then as we were leaving, he had two parties going on.
Yeah.
Like when is this guy going home? I don't want that. I don't want any part of that.
No. No.
So it's like you have to understand just because something is presented to you doesn't mean that it's for you.
And what, I'm being totally honest here. When you and I had the conversation about my journey, my career journey last summer, I just, yeah, it was like last summer. I remember we sat down and we talked about it. And you said something that I just said it this morning to someone. It still sticks in my brain when I was saying, like, there's like an octopus and I could do this and I could do that and I could go down this road and I could, and you listened and you let me go, blah, 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 and then you said, yeah, that's great and everything. That's their dream, but it's not your dream. And that sticks in my head. So, like, for instance, this opportunity that came to me this morning, I was like, it's great, but it's his dream. It's not mine. I'm going to help him realize his dream, and I don't want to do that. That's not my priority. Like, if it was
Right.
something that was in line with what I was doing, maybe, but it's
Bingo.
not. So,
Bingo.
so thank you.
Yeah.
That still sticks with me today. Like I said, I just said that to someone today. I'm like, that's not my dream. You can entertain it. It's not what I want to do.
See, and that right there illustrates what I said earlier, where it's about helping others. Like it's not
Yes.
about me up here trying to say, "Hey, I'm so smart. Listen to me." It's like I told you something that you found value in, and then you told somebody else who's going to tell somebody else. So on and
Agreed.
so forth. And that analogy, that wasn't mine. That was an analogy that I heard from someone else, and it added value to me,
That's
and
awesome.
I gave it to you, and it added value to you. It's like that's literally what this is about. So
Yes.
when I bring the 10 women into the group, and we're going to basically completely shred their limiting beliefs, and I'm going to reinstall confidence within them. And
Yes.
notice I didn't say hopefully or maybe, like this
No,
isn't
will.
going to be, yeah, this isn't going to be one of those trainings where there's, 2,000 people in the room and I'm going to make an offer and hope 20 of them buy no, if there's 10 people in the room, I want to change 10 people's lives.
Yes.
Like I want
Yes.
100% completion
You
and
want
only having.
effectiveness. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. I mean, because
Yes.
people are coming in, they're investing their money, they're investing their time, and they shouldn't just be seen as, well, half of these people aren't going to join. Like that. That's not my mindset. The
Yes.
people that join, I want them to transform. Like I don't want
Agreed.
people to like. I hate it when it comes to coaching where the mentors always say, "Oh, well, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game." It's like, dude, this isn't a game. This isn't a
Hmm.
game. These are people's real lives,
Yes.
real lives. Like they saw whether it was your Facebook ad or your Instagram reel, whatever marketing tool you put out there, they found value in it and they joined your program,
Exactly.
right? They found value and they joined your program, and they should be able to get out of it what you promised. But
Absolutely.
you're taking in too many people just looking to sell your pro. I get it. It's a business. Obviously, I'm going to make money on the program, but people's lives are going to be changed. I said one sentence to you that
That's
stuck
right.
with you, right?
Yep.
Imagine if
A
we
year
dove in for
later.
6 weeks. I'm saying, but
Exactly.
imagine if we dove in for 6 weeks. How much value would you get out of six
Oh my
weeks
gosh. And so,
with
and
me picking your brain?
you like really hit the nail on the head that it's 10 people, not 10,000 people, like not one of these giant conference room where it's one person talking and you're just listening. You might get a little bit from it, but this, what you're doing is like small group interaction, dialogue, exchanges, and really digging to the root of whatever, said person wants to address. That's good.
Yes.
That's powerful.
Thank you. Yeah, let me share the screen again because I want to get your thoughts on this.
So yes, it does
Piggy,
sound familiar.
yes, piggybacking off of what you just said. That's me. See, so this program is for you if you're done playing small, right? So when you hear that phrase, you're done playing small.
Yes,
What pops into your mind?
that you're meant for more. You're meant to accomplish, embrace whatever the case may be. More. It. That's the word that pops into my mind. Meant to be bigger. More.
Yeah. So more as in what? And I'm talking just for you. Like I'm not looking for a particular answer. Like more
Okay.
for what?
Um, Meant to fly. That I meant to accomplish whatever my dream is. Going back to what I said before when I used your words, that I'm meant to reach those heights and accomplish what I have set out or to do.
Love it. Yeah, and so this says, again, this is for you. If you're 40 plus, navigating a major life transition, emptiness, divorce, career pivot, loss, or burnout, or just simply you're just stuck.
Mm-hmm.
You're just stuck, regardless of the reason. To what you just said, you have more to offer the world, but fear and self doubt keep stopping you cold. You
Mm-hmm.
struggle to speak up, speak out, or speak with confidence in any room that matters. You've been told your story isn't interesting or worse. You've told yourself that. You want to be seen fully and unapologetically for who you are, and you're ready to stop performing okayness and start living with actual purpose. So when you hear all of those, what pops into your mind?
I go back again to what we said before. Like what pops into my mind is like renewal. You're going to become the person that you are. You're just a little stuck behind a curtain right now, that you're meant to come out from behind that curtain and be that wonderful person that you and the people around you know you are.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing too. When people struggle with self-doubt, I always say, talk to your circle, right? Talk to your circle. Like, does your circle view you that way? Do your kids view
Mm-hmm.
you that way? Does your
Yes.
boss view you that way? Do your parents view you that way?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them might. You never know, right?
Yes.
But that's the thing. Like, I have confidence, but
Yes.
I'm just as human as everyone else. Like there are sometimes you'll do amazing things in the course of the day, but that's what you do every day. That's normal to you. It's extraordinary to somebody else. And that's
Yes.
one thing I had to learn along the way. So I remember when I joined my first speaker coaching program, you had to come up with 20 positive things about yourself and 20 negative things. Or not necessarily negative things, but negative experiences you've had.
Okay.
And the negative ones are easy. Like I've ripped off 20 of those like it was nothing. But the 20 positive ones, believe it or not, I struggled with because
Mm,
again, to me, I've always been in leadership, so that's normal to me.
yes.
So I went to my Facebook group, my old RBF Fitness Facebook group, and I asked them, like, when you guys think of me, what words come to mind? And
Mm,
I got like 80 plus responses, and the responses blew me away.
that's
And I was
awesome.
just like, wow, like I didn't
Hmm.
realize I had that level of impact
You
on
know,
people.
we are our own worst critic. How many
Yes,
times, I'm going to use something, just like a silly example. I'm not saying it's silly, but you'll understand in a minute. How many times women say, Rob, I feel like I'm fat. And they're like this. And you're like,
yes,
do you not see you? I'm guilty of saying it. I mean, like, we all look at ourselves and we're like, that I'm just using that as an example. And you're like, really?
yeah. Let me illustrate that. I remember this vividly. This was back in 2011. This woman Chantel comes into to the gym. I was up in North Providence, and she came in looking good. And
Yes.
she's like, yeah, she's like, I just want to, I just want to look good. I was like, okay, we're done. I'm like, I'll take your testimonial now.
That's it. Thank you.
you know,
Yeah.
and she was like, I know. She's like, but I don't feel it.
Yes.
So that's a thing that's definitely a thing. And one thing that this program is also going to do is it's going to shift what confidence means because people think that confidence is something you can get or
Yes.
something that you build. Like, what is confidence? Confidence is proficiency, right? It's like, why am I a good speaker? Because I speak all the time.
Yes.
That's why, because I speak all the time. It wasn't a God given talent. It wasn't any of that stuff. I have the reps in. Like I tell people, I'm an athlete. You can see me play basketball. You can see me in the gym. You can see me play volleyball,
That's
playing
right.
softball. Put me on the lacrosse field. Put me on the golf course, right? Put me on the bowling alley. It's all relative.
Yes.
It's like confidence comes from proficiency. Like I don't know how to swing a golf club, so I would not go to this golf event where I'm gonna look like a fool,
Yes.
right? So that doesn't mean I'm not a confident person,
Agreed.
right? I'm confident in the things I'm proficient in.
And
And
that makes a
people,
big
people,
difference.
yes, because people have to understand that that's not your identity. Just
Hmm.
like when people say that they have anxiety, like, and I get a lot of pushback on this all the time because it's mainstream now. It's like you get anxious.
Yes.
Those two different things. Just like if I'm happy, do I have happiness?
That's a good analogy.
Right? That's a solid point. It's like no, like in this moment, I'm anxious. Like
Yes.
that's not a part of your identity. And helping
Yes.
people break free from that, because I've done that too. And I always tell people, no, I'm not a therapist. I can't help you out in that God. If you need meds or whatever, go see a counselor.
Sure.
If you need to get out of your own way, I can help you get out of your own way if you're ready. If you're ready to
Yes.
take that step. Because
Oh,
people
yes.
always tell me change is hard. No, it's not. Change is easy. Change is easy. You're just afraid of the backlash of
You
the
have to
change.
want to change. You have to like want it to make changes. Otherwise, like you said, you just get in your own way.
Yeah, it's like I gave a talk years ago. It was about 5 second decisions. Like you can literally make a decision in 5 seconds. I could be like, Kathleen, this stock is on fire right now. I really think you should invest $1,000.
Yes.
See, like right there, no hesitation, done.
Yep. Yep.
Right, done. And then other people, oh well, let me think about it. Let me ask my husband.
Hmm.
Let me even check my
Hmm.
finances. Well, I have this trip coming up, right? And they just get all in their head about why they can't make this decision.
Yep.
But if I told you, hey, I have 2 tickets to the Super Bowl for you and your husband.
Yeah.
Even if you don't watch football,
I'm
you're
going. Of
still going.
course I'm
Exactly.
going.
Right?
Do
You're
I look
gonna
like an
figure it
idiot?
out.
Like, come on.
You're gonna clear your schedule, right? You're gonna wherever the game is, you're gonna
Yes.
find tickets to get there.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
find a
find housing,
babysitter. Yeah,
right? You're
exactly.
gonna figure out how to make that happen.
That's right.
So yeah, so I like when people say change is hard, it's like I always push back with that. I'm like, no, it's not. Because if I
Yeah,
offered you this, you would do it. Just like people
absolutely.
say, oh, I could never do a half marathon. What if I offered you $1 million? Right? You're trying to tell me you couldn't do a half marathon if I offered you you'd be out there walking 13.1 miles.
Oh yeah, without even hesitating. Without even
Yeah,
hesitating. Mm-hmm.
but yet
It's
people
true.
will wake up and doubt themselves and underachieve and go to a job that they can't stand to work for a boss that doesn't respect them or value them. They will
Yes.
do that every single day of their life, every
Uh-huh.
day. But you won't wake up and choose you.
Yes.
Like that's the biggest thing that I want people to get out of the program is to wake up and choose you. It's like you're there for your kids, which obviously they're our kids. We have to be there for our kids. But you're there for your job. You're there for your coworkers. You're there for everyone else. Are you there for your husband?
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah.
your husband there for you? And then
True.
people, because like here in the gym, I hear people complaining about their husbands all the time. And it's like, but are you serving him? Is he serving you?
Yes.
And then when you say it like that, people are like, I ain't serving nobody. Yeah, and that's why it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to be in service to each other. Like that's
Agreed.
the purpose of a relationship. And a lot of people can't do that because they're not in service to themselves.
Yes. Yes. Agreed. How are you supposed to give to someone else if you're not even taking care, if you're not good with yourself? It's not going to
Hmm.
work. It's not going to work.
Yeah, it's like one of the first parts in the program is defining who you are. Like on my show, I always ask the guests, who are you at your core? And
Mm-hmm.
I had to start asking them backstage because we would start the show with them stuttering because they couldn't answer the question. And it's like at this stage in life, like how are you not defined? Going back to what I said earlier, because people attach their identities to something
Yes.
else,
Yes.
whether it's their career, something that they've been
Motherhood,
through.
fatherhood. Yes.
Yeah. Like I met a woman at the OCR Expo 2 years ago, where like she, as she's introducing herself, she led with, "I'm a stage 4 cancer patient."
Mm.
I'm like, I'm like, no, you're not. I said,
Mm-hmm.
you have cancer. I
Yes.
said, that's not who you are. And so we kind of had a little back and forth about it. Like she got a little offended at first, but like I spent an hour with her, and then by the end we hugged it out, and she understood my perspective. Like I'm not gonna be like, hi, I'm Rob Foster. I had 8 surgeries.
Yes.
Like
Exactly.
the 8 surgeries aren't who I am. I
Yes.
had 8 surgeries, right? But that doesn't become my identity. And I think I
Exactly.
shared with you about Brendan, the kid I work with that had dyslexia, and he
Mm-hmm.
he kept he kept saying, "I'm dyslexic." I'm like, "No, you're not. You
Yeah.
have dyslexia." Like how
Yes.
how you how you frame that matters because now,
Agreed.
like dyslexia, things like depression and anxiety, those are things you can blame,
That's right.
right? That takes the accountability off of you.
It's a
And a lot
big,
of
big difference.
yes, like a lot of people do that. So I got him to reframe it because he kept saying, I can't get internships because I'm dyslexic. I can't get jobs because I'm dyslexic. And I said, you can't get jobs or internships because you don't believe in yourself.
Yes.
I said, that's you have to want it so bad and be so good that prospective employer doesn't even know that you're
That's
you're
right.
dyslexic. That's what it is. And I use myself as an example. I said, look, I have brown skin. I said,
Mm-hmm.
some people don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my problem. That's not my problem. I'm
Nope.
gonna go into that job and I'm gonna be undeniable.
That's right.
He or she can hate me all they want to, but they're not gonna be able to deny my talent. I said, and that's what you have to do. And his dream was to do, because he's a freelance writer. His
Okay.
dream was to go into odd jobs, like a paranormal place or things like that.
Okay.
Stay work within the business for a couple weeks and then write a story about it. And
Okay.
guess what he's doing now? Exactly what he wanted to do. But we had to remove that self block first.
Yes.
So these things that I do, people will always say, well, what's your background? Like, my background is I'm alive for 51 years. That's my background, right? And ironically, Brendan's mom, I actually worked with her a little too. She's a clinical psychologist.
No
And
kidding.
she hired me to work with her son.
That's wild.
And my last podcast episode before you, I worked with a guy who has a PhD in psychology. And
Mm-hmm.
but towards the end of it, I told him that I was a college dropout, and he was blown away. He's like, "Really?" I was like, "Really?" Because like I said, when you talk about like the medical stuff, like the brain waves and all, like I don't talk about any of that. I just
No,
know,
no.
I just know if you're here, I can get you there.
That's
Right?
right.
You follow these steps, and it's not even that I can get them there. I can get you on the path, but you have to get yourself there. It's like you
Of
actually
course.
have to do the work. Just like
Yes.
when people try to give me credit in here in the gym, I was like, no, it's not me, because you could tell me to go f myself and leave at any time, right? I'm like, you're choosing to be
You're
here.
choosing to do the work and the time and the
Yes,
effort and so on and so forth. You're providing like the space and the tools to and the guidance to make it
yes,
happen.
yeah, because there's been plenty of people who have walked into this gym and never returned.
Yeah, I believe
Right?
it.
That happens. There are people that did a couple sessions with me and bailed. It happens.
Hmm.
So I always tell people, it starts with, you have to be ready. You
Yes.
have to be ready to do this. If not, like, if you don't change, what happens? You stay the same.
Yes.
And you're telling me that you're anxious and you get depressed. So if you don't change, you're okay staying anxious and depressed.
Yes.
Right? It's
That's
like
really that's
you're
really what it
making that.
is.
Yeah, you're making that choice.
Yes.
And I'm giving you an outlet here where it's not just about money, because I could do it like everybody else and just pre-record a webinar and hit all the points and charge $30 for it, and
Hmm.
let 30,000 people buy it who I'll never meet, never interact with,
That's
and
right.
just make my money. But that's not what it's about. Like, the real beauty in it, like, getting paid is a positive side effect,
Sure.
right? That's what that is. It's a positive side effect. But actually helping someone who is stuck and watch them go on to do something amazing, that's the real payoff. And
Oh,
I'll use this
absolutely.
and I'll use this woman who started out as a total stranger. Like, I went on someone else's Instagram live, because one of my this is where I believe things happen for a reason. One of my PT clients had to cancel on me at the last minute. So I'm like, oh man, what the heck? So I just happened to jump on IG, which is probably the platform I use the least. And I just happened to jump on, and Nicole Costa, who's a local trainer here in Rhode Island. So she's on. I was like, all right, let's see what Coach Costa has to say today. And so she brings on a guest who was telling a story about surviving a stroke and surviving a heart attack in her 30s.
Wow.
So as she's telling her story, I'm taking notes as I'm listening to her. And so I inboxed, like, I followed her, I inboxed her, and I was like, hey, I heard you live with Coach Costa. I was like, solid story. I said, but I really think you could tell it in a more compelling way. Are you open to chat with me? And she said yes. Right. I don't know if it was one or two sessions with her. I think we did two, like, 45-minute to an hour sessions. And this was when I was still building out the program that I'm about to launch.
Okay.
So, like this has been years in the making. But we fast forward, she ended up becoming a local spokesperson for the American Heart Association. So just
Wow.
yeah, just from learning how to better tell her story, because people tell their story from their perspective,
True.
right? And you want to tell the story through, like, as you and I are talking here, I keep interjecting stories into the conversation because they're relevant to what you just said.
Yes.
right? It's like I'm not sharing the story just so I can share the story, right? It,
No,
it
no, no,
flows
no.
with the conversation.
I agree. I agree. You're sharing it because it's relevant to what I said and what we've been sharing along the way.
Yeah, yeah. And so like the whole purpose of the program is to get people to understand that your story isn't about you. It's like
Yes.
you're holding on to all these feelings because there's no purpose attached to it.
Yes.
So now I know if I get on this platform, and regardless of how many people see it, even if only one person sees it, but it helps that one person have a breakthrough,
Yes.
then it was worth it to get up here for the 1 hour that we've been talking. Then it's worth it to
Exactly.
get up here and be like, you know what? We were able to help this person finally say, you know what? I need to do this.
That's right.
Whether they do my program or somebody else's program, I could care less as long as they get the help that they're looking for. Because there have been times where I've gotten inboxes from just random people. And they're like, hey, man, I've been following your work forever. I'm down 20 pounds. I quit smoking. And
Mm.
just from listen, never liked, shared, or commented on anything, but they still consume. So people have to
Yes.
understand that those social analytics don't tell the whole story. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we'll pick the first name that popped into my mind is Ben Shapiro. So whether you like him or not, doesn't matter. He
Yes.
has Instagram has disconnected the stream. They currently disconnect streams after 1 hour. Okay, so Instagram is gone.
Oh, that's
Yes,
fine.
all right. Let me just log that off there. But yeah, but he had millions of followers, but he'll get like 20K on his live stream. Now, 20K doesn't suck, but when you have 2 million followers and only 20K actually tune in, it's like
Yeah.
what does that really mean?
Yeah.
You know, so in the grand scheme of things. But let me bring up another one here. Let
Mm-hmm.
me get this back up. Stop being quiet. So the process, right? And I'm fully transparent with this whole thing. Like I tell people, it's 797, and it's probably going to double
Yes.
because the content that I'm giving, people won't even learn this in 4 years of college. They
No, I believe it.
absolutely will not. So the first week is about acknowledge and witness. It says most programs skip this and go straight to goal setting. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
We name your pain clearly, not to relive it, but to stop letting it drive from the back seat. You'll complete your pain and happiness assessment and speak on camera for the first time. So again, you see that, and what do you think?
Well, it's making you, for a lack of a better word, it's making you accountable on what you've been holding on to and helping you let it go.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, because people mask what the full scope of the pain is.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they'll give you the surface level answer, but I don't
Mm,
do that. And keeping the group small, I'll be able to dive deeper and
exactly.
get all the way down to the heart of the pain. Just like when people come here and they're like, I just want to lose weight and tone up. Like 95% of people, that's what they say. I want to lose weight and tone up.
Yes.
Like, all right, lose how much weight?
Yes.
You want to lose 30 pounds. Why?
Yes.
Well, I just want to feel better in my clothes. Why? You know, what will that do for you? How will you grow from this? Who in your circle will can benefit from this? Right? And we build out something that's bigger than themselves.
Yes.
So when you're doing personal storytelling, it's exactly the same. All right. So you went through this, and then you start dissecting. All right. So when this first happened, what was your initial reaction?
Mm-hmm.
And why was that your initial reaction? Where
Yes.
did that stem from? You know, and you just dig deep, 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 deep until
Yeah.
you get to the heart of the matter.
It's
So
like
that's what
peeling an onion. Like you peel the
yes,
layers of the onion until you get to like
exactly,
the heart of it.
exactly. And then so from there, week two, I keep have the bounce between the tabs, is excavate and understand. This is probably the most important part because most people
Yeah.
get stuck on what happened. But the excavate and understand is your response to what happened
Yes.
and what golden nuggets were left behind that you missed because of your fear, your anger, or your sadness. Because
Okay.
everything leaves behind golden nuggets. And let me come back to you here again. Going back to my dad, like it'd be easy to just say, "Oh, you watched your father die. That's terrible. That's this. That's that." And I'm like, no, like he had three generations around him. We all got to
Hmm.
hug him, say goodbye, each say final words to him. My mom sang to him. We all got to be there. He didn't have to go through the COVID stress. Like there were so
Yeah,
many positives that
exactly.
came from that moment. But if I only focused on watching him die, I'll never uncover those golden nuggets.
It's true.
And so when other people are grieving, and now I tell them like, hey, what was left behind? Like
Yes.
that woman's son who was killed, he was only 29. And even live on our live stream, I told her, I was like, he left you 29 years of memories. So
That's
that's
right.
almost 3 decades of times he made you laugh, times he made you worry, times you wanted to wring his neck. There were
Yeah.
times where you were so proud of him. Unfortunately, there was probably times where you were ashamed of him, but they're all
Yeah.
memories.
They're all
Like,
memories.
and lean
Exactly.
into those memories. Like, you can't worry about the what ifs. None of those what ifs can happen.
No.
None of them. I was like, so we got to focus on, yes, we take the what happened and then going back to the excavate. And then what was the second part of that? I forgot what the second thing I said was.
Uh,
Excavate and
understand.
understand. Yes, yes, and understanding, and that also ties in with acceptance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, oops,
We,
sorry. And
yeah,
from
reclaim
there,
and reframe. Oh, well, that kind of goes into what you just said. Reclaim
yes,
and reframe.
yep. And then define and design is week 4, and then the last one is weeks 5 and 6, is where you practice telling the story. So
Interesting.
that way you practice it through the lens of the listener. It's like,
Interesting.
right? So like, what is this person gonna go through that I have a story that can help them? Like if you said, all right, Rob, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna start a podcast. I'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, Kathleen, let me tell you, when I started mine, even though I was used to talking in front of people, now I'm like talking to a camera. Because when I first started, it was just me. Like I didn't know how to get guests or anything. And then I just go into how I started my journey. But
Yes.
it's to give you to unlock your inner permission to just start messy. It's
Yes.
like it doesn't have to be polished. It doesn't have to be perfect. You should have seen my first graphic. The first graphic, I look at it now and I'm like, I can't believe I put that up
Oh,
there.
I know. I'm guilty of the same thing. When I
Because
first started talking online and on Instagram like 5 years ago, I went back and looked at it. I was like, what the hell was I doing? Like, blah.
exactly, exactly, exactly. So in this journey, like, and you can feel free to be a part of it too. Like like I know you're a world traveler and all that, but like well, one of the modules, if you want to come on and be a
I
guest
would love
speaker,
that.
you can feel free to do that and let
Absolutely.
people ask. Yeah, let people ask questions, because like with each week I plan on bringing in someone. I mean, because I know women don't want to hear from a man for the whole hour, 90 minutes, but I'm going to be bringing in women who have gone through it, because I figure who better than my podcast guests,
I
right?
think it's
People
a
who
great
I've
idea.
yeah,
Very.
people who I've already interviewed. It's like I know what they've been through, and I know that they can speak exactly to what I'm doing here, and give credence to, or what's the other word, credibility
Yes.
to the things that I'm saying and teaching throughout the program.
I think that's a
So,
wonderful idea.
okay, thank you. And so with you, what do you got going on in your world? And then we'll start to bring this down.
For the for speaking
Just
or
in
now?
general,
Oh,
just
in general.
life.
Oh, life. Well, it was Mother's Day yesterday, so
Oh
one of
yeah,
the
that's
day,
right.
yeah. So, um, it was a nice day. It was a nice pause of a day because I find that just with life in general, it's just so busy that it's actually a good way to stop and just smell the roses, for a lack of a better way of saying it, and just enjoy the moment with family. And I've been traveling a lot with my journey in wine, and I'm actually traveling again at the end of this week to Vienna for Vivinum, which is a big wine fair. So, and um, but then after that, I'm looking forward to a calmer summer and just again enjoying the moments before the craziness starts up again.
All right. So everything that I've shared
Yes.
about the program, what's your biggest takeaway?
Well, I think I have a quite a few actually, but
Okay.
well, first of all, the format. Right away, the format for, as a woman, for me, I like the format because it's personal. Like it's small group, and we always learn from each other. So not only am I able to share, but somebody else is sharing that I could take. I might learn something. Something might, hit a note with me that I might find useful. Number one. Number two, the duration actually is really nicely put together because, like you said, it's like six modules, and they're very intuitive. One leads into the other, and like you said, you're not going right to the goal. You're taking a step back and being like, okay, where am I, and then going down the steps to get to where you want to go, not automatically starting from the front and then backing up, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yes, 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 it does. And now, people, you don't have to want to be a speaker to do this program.
Mm-hmm.
It's right. It's
No,
more so
no.
about just unleashing you.
Your
Unleashing you.
whatever your potential is, if it's a potential to help someone, if it's a potential to get past something, if it's a potential to accomplish something. I mean, there's a lot of different avenues that this I feel that this program speaks to.
Yeah, I mean, people can just blog if they want to. Excuse
Absolutely.
me.
Or
Yeah, they can just blog.
just talk to a stranger. You know how many times this happens to me? I'm paying for groceries at Dave's, and the lady behind me, the lady at the cash, or man at the cash, just starts speaking to me because they just want somebody to hear them, and they want someone
Yeah.
to listen. And the fact that I took 5 minutes and listened to them, I've made a difference in someone's day by just stopping and listening. And so I think that that program will also have a domino effect, whether it is just listening to someone and hearing them, or someone, like you said, blogs, podcasts, writes, or even it's just for self-improvement, evolution, really.
Yeah, like there's so many platforms out there that looking for people to write articles. Like I want to say I have,
There's a lot.
I don't know, maybe I have at least 50, I want to say, published, like
Yeah.
published articles. And yeah, so like not everyone has to aspire to be a speaker, but you
No,
want to get your story out there because
that's
somebody
right.
out there needs to hear it like only you can tell it.
That's right.
Like, like that's what
That's
people
right.
have to
And it goes
understand.
back
Like,
to what you said earlier. If it just helps one person, that's one person more than not. It doesn't have to be a million people, like it like again, I go back to what you said to me last year. It stuck with me. You helped me, but then I repeated it to someone else, and maybe that person's repeating it to someone else. And so it just
yep.
makes it has a domino effect and can make everything better with just the simplest thing.
All right. So I'm gonna throw it to you for some last words, and unless you say something that I just feel the need to piggyback on, right? But let's talk about let's. Oh, sorry. I thought I heard something. All right. So let's
Okay.
talk about this woman over 40. She's in leadership. She seemingly on the surface has it all together, but inside she's crumbling.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to her?
Inside she's crumbling. Well, I would. So is this like someone I can openly talk to?
Oh yeah.
Okay. If I feel like, if I see that someone is someone that I know, that is crumbling inside, I'd be like, hey, you're not alone. I'm here. I'll listen. You can say whatever you want. This is a judgment free zone. But I think it's important that you say it. You need to be heard. And that's, like I said, like we talked about at the beginning of this conversation. People just need to be heard and feel like someone's hearing them, that they're not alone.
True. Amanda, I see you. Don't think I don't see you out there. Yeah, yeah, it's like when it comes to self-doubt, the answer is in the name. Self,
Self.
self, right? It's not
So
it's not
true.
in, right? It's not in the medication. It's not in whatever program you do, it's not even in my program, because even
Yes.
in my program, you still have to do the work, right?
Yes.
That's going to stem from you.
Agreed.
So if you're ready and you're willing, then people can reach out, right? But you have to be
Absolutely.
ready and you have to be willing. I always say, even when people come here to the gym, I always say, anybody can swipe a credit card. Anybody can do that. You still have to put in the work if you want to get fit, if you want to run faster, if you want to jump higher, whatever you want to lose weight, you want to
Yes.
build muscle. You still have to put work in. Simply swiping your credit card and joining my program means nothing if you don't do the work. Like I have
Absolutely.
100%. Well, I don't have a money back guarantee, but the guarantee on the program is at the end of the 6 weeks, if you feel like you're still not there, I'll work with you for free until you
That's
get there,
great. That's
right?
great.
One on one, right? One on one until you get there. But you have to demonstrate that you did the work, because each module has worksheets. So
That's
like
right.
I'm gonna need the completed worksheets. You're gonna have to attend live on camera. When it's your turn to speak on camera, you got to speak on like you do all of the work, and for whatever reason you're still not there, then that's the guarantee. So
It's
people really have no reason, and I have payment options also. So like they don't
that's
have to
good.
come up with the 800 all up front. And like I said, look into other coaching programs. $800 is not a lot. Like I said, so
No,
it's definitely not gonna stay there. But
no.
that's going to be the initial cost for the first 10 people, and
Cool.
then we're gonna go from there. But again, it's about, like, I hate using the word empowering because it's so overplayed now. Kind of like how mindset is also
Yes.
overplayed. It's like I'm going with belief, because
Mm.
belief is everything, right? Belief is everything. I say it to my track athletes every meet. You know,
Yeah.
my high jumper is like, hey coach, do you think I'll break the school record today? I'm like, do you believe you can?
Yes.
That's what it's not. If you believe you can break it, then go do it.
Yes.
It's like let's stop thinking, let's stop worrying, just go do it.
Do it. That's
Like
right.
that's what this whole thing boils down to. So even though I'm changing the name to stop being quiet, from shut up and grind, the journey's still gonna be the same. I'm still gonna be the same me. You're still gonna get the same accountability. I'm gonna tell you, if you ask me a question, I'm going to answer you.
Yes.
Right. Right. You may not like the
You
answer
might
you
not like the
get,
answer. Yeah.
but I'm gonna give you the answer that's gonna move you closer to where you want to be.
Exactly.
No fluff, no sugarcoating, no nothing. So,
Yes.
an-
I'm really
anyways,
excited for this journey for you. This was not
thank
what I
you.
thought we were going to talk about, but I'm
Me
happy.
neither.
I'm happy that I got to hear on it live. So you got my genuine feedback and reaction. So
Yes.
I think this is a really exciting journey for you. And I look forward to participating wherever I can.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you for taking the time to come. I mean, we spent what,
Always.
almost an hour and 20 minutes out of your day, but yeah, like I said, I didn't know up until maybe as I was setting it up. I was setting everything up. I'm
So
like, what should we
funny.
talk about? I was like, you know what? I was like, this is perfect. Like, let's just get
I
real
love
real
it.
time feedback
I love
feedback
it.
on what I got going on. So, all right, let me go ahead and cue the outro, and then we'll chat for a bit afterwards.
Sounds
Sound good?
good. Thanks.
All righty, cue the outro.
You've been listening to Shut Up and Grind. We hope you've gotten some useful and practical information from this show. Robert has over 20 years experience pouring his knowledge and expertise at many events in the service and fitness industry, as well as secondary schools and universities. He has a true passion for helping others break through the barriers that are holding them back. To book Robert B. Foster to speak or to reach out, go to robertbfoster.com. Till next time, shut up and grind.